no, the title, I don't know what I titled this, but it is not clickbait. Yeah, hey, hello, Bagabar. The people of Bali. But I can explain this better. I'm not gonna drive and talk too much because I have to, gotta focus on driving. But some of you like the ride, so we're gonna go on a little ride and I can explain. I guess we're going really slow, but so I guess I can explain a little bit, but this is a true story. Was definitely poisoned. It didn't happen. It didn't happen recently, but what I've been doing and kind of the things that have happened recently have made me thought back to this moment in time. So as much as I like entertaining videos, this is a more kind of serious one and was not a fun experience. Because I know some of you guys like the ride in Bali, so it felt like showing that, but we would ride at the place where the video can actually start. Now I call this my coconut place, and you can see why. I literally think all day, every day, they're cutting coconuts. But I feel like, before going in there, why I was telling you guys about being poisoned. So if you guys, I know there's some of you guys who are new around here and haven't been around here a while, but if you've been around here for over about 1.5 years, then you know that this was no joke. Was in the hospital, emergency room. This happened about 1.5 years ago in France. I was leaving Paris and I lived about 1 hour away, and put a veggie burger in my bag. And I waited for about 4 or 5 hours to eat it. And when that happened, like I got so, I don't want to say sick out here because people are freaking out. I got so sick, was not feeling well at all. And actually, this is Bali, you can kind of sit anywhere. But you know what happened is I ate this food and I got really sick, went to the hospital. And you know, I'm someone who had never had any problems. I never went to an emergency room except when I broke my leg. And I know I'm getting to the point, hold on. And you know, when that happened, I remember being in the hospital. I remember thinking of all these things. Cause I felt like I was dying. And I remember just thinking of that, all those things that I wish I had done. You know, on my way back from Paris, I wanted to start writing in my book that I was writing at that time. I had about 3 or 4 vlogs that were on hold that I said I'll do later. I remember I had all these things. I had a huge list. I carry a little notebook with me. If you guys have been around here, then you know I carry this little black notebook on me. And I do that because when Disney passed away, when Walt Disney passed away, he had all these ideas. Walt Disney had all these ideas, and only he wrote a few of those things down, and they found them in the bedside drawer. And I remember telling myself, like, how amazing would it have been if something had happened to him and they opened up this journal of thousands of characters who he had never talked about, never showed to anyone. And ever since then, I started doing that, writing these things down. And I remember thinking all the things that I hadn't got done. I remember thinking about all the things that I wish I had done and I hadn't. And you know, now in 2020, as you guys know, I know you guys probably like to walk a little bit. Now in 2020, as you guys know, so many things have happened, and so many of you guys have so many plans. So many of you guys write me, and that's why you guys say you love to kind of see Bali, because so many of you guys have planned to be here. But it was a very strong lesson for me at that time to realize to never put anything off if I can do it. You know, now the key, I understand, is trying to find that balance between, am I working too much? Do I take a little bit of a break? Bali dogs are everywhere. Now, trying to find that balance can be somewhat difficult, but you know, when that happened to me, it reshifted my entire mind, because the one illusion that we all are under, including myself sometimes, is that we have time. We all feel like we have time, you know. And you know, I saw a quote the other day. Don't want to forget to show you guys a little bit around here. But you know, I saw a quote the other day you know, it says something about, you know, if you, oh, look at the little doggy. So many dogs everywhere. But I saw a little quote. It went a little something like, you know, when death comes knocking on your door, you won't ask for more money, you won't ask for more fame, you're gonna ask for more time. And that was the first time in my life that I felt that time, like I didn't do everything I wanted to do. Like I had this excuse. We all have excuses why we don't start. Like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do this. But the one thing we don't, and all that under the illusion under all that, is that we have time. That's the underlying pattern. As you guys know me, I love helping you guys and helping people, including oh my gosh. It's okay, it happens all the time. The dogs learn their lessons early here. But you know, it is about having more time. You know, when I think about what me, you, what we all have in common, I'm kind of just walking here, guys. When I kind of think of what we all have in common is time. Time is what we all want at the end. And it wasn't until I was food poisoned. This is what happens when I try to film a video. Walking around the streets. This is why I film it at home or in the ridge in the mornings. But you know, it's a time. If we all knew that we only had, and this is a question I would like to pose to you guys, and I was in a book called The War of Art. If we all knew that we only had 6 months left, I think it said like 85% of people would quit their jobs and travel. And I found that really fascinating when I read this book, probably about 4 or 5 years ago. 4 or 5 years ago when I read this book, because it's like the only reason we would do that is because we have this illusion of time that we have forever, that we have all day, you know. And if it's something that 2020 has showed you, is that not even that tomorrow's not promised, but tomorrow, it's not like tomorrow might not happen, but maybe tomorrow is different than it was the other day, and the opportunities are gone. And for me in my life, when I look back at so many different things, my regrets don't come from money I've spent places. My regrets don't come from people I've walked away from or have walked away from me. It's the time that I've wasted, the time that I didn't realize what I could have been doing. You know, as you guys know, being a pro athlete, you know, I wish I filmed the last 3 years of my career so far, but I could have been filming the previous 8 or 9, but you always feel like you have more time. You always feel like you have more time. And I felt, and especially as a pro athlete, as I started to get older, and as I tell you, old in pro athlete is like over 29, 30. And congratulations to the Lakers, LeBron, my boy, they got the chip. But you know, one of the things that I realized was that, you know, time, it just creeps up on us. And before we know it, just like anything else, just like that extra 10 pounds that some of us put on, myself included, it's like you're fine one day, and the next day you know it, you're like, oh my gosh, where'd this weight come from? And it's not like it just all came in overnight, but what happened is it crept little by little by little, and then you just happen to notice it one time. And that's the main thing. Here's my coconut place. Hello, Bakabar. Oh, bagus. Wow. Every day?
Every day, yeah.
Wow, you're very strong.
Strong woman.
Yes, strong woman. Every day. And this is what I get. Terima kasih. Sampai jumpa. Terima kasih. And I guess if there's something I could say to you guys, is that this illusion of time, that's what it is. That's the underlying pattern that we all have. That when I looked at myself, back before, when I had the food poisoning, the reason I didn't do everything I wanted to do, and I had that list when I got back and I was in the hospital and thinking like, oh my goodness, it's over, was because I thought I had more time. You know, so if there's something that I could share with you guys today, and I know it's kind of a short video, but it would be to understand that time is not guaranteed for anyone. And although it's great to take breaks, I think that taking too long of a break is sometimes a problem. Hello. Yeah, and I guess the overall theme is to understand about time. And it's sad that it takes 2020, a lot of people won't learn, but it takes something crazy happening to us to realize, like, oh my goodness, my time here is limited. Oh my goodness, my time, I'm not here forever. And, you know, it was just a little bit of a wake-up call for me. And really today, it just kind of hit me because I was just really thinking, as I'm starting to change my diet and what I eat and everything, I was really thinking back to what kind of sparked it. And it really made me think back to the time of when I got food poisoning. That's what it came back to me the first time. Hello. Yeah, it was when it first happened, when I got sick. That was the first time that I ever realized what's it called, that time isn't forever. And that's the only lesson I wanted to share today. Don't have too much going on. The reason I hadn't posted the last few days, I kind of went on an impromptu getaway. You guys can see it on my Instagram. You guys can kind of see it on my Instagram. And from that moment, and I left my computer, left everything away. And as I was there, and you know, as I went away, I really had just really time to think about that. And you know, we always feel like we have it forever. We always feel like we have that time forever, like that 10 pounds. We always feel fit until we look in the mirror and we realize, like, where did the time go? How did this weight creep up on me? And it's really something that, you know, I take seriously ever since I had been food poisoned. And since that time, I always, from time to time, I really remember this and really think and try to make every moment count, make every day count, make every video, everything that I put out for you guys count. You guys know the magnetic, hello. As you guys know, the magnetic code will be out soon, and that teaches you guys how to save time, really, in getting the people that you want in your life. But even for something as simple like this, understanding that I really want to make sure that I don't get hit by a car, first of all, and second of all, to make sure that you're using the time wisely. And it sounds crazy, and I always try to tell people, for me, it took being food poisoned to realize that time isn't forever. So for some people, it took 2020 for people to realize that it's not forever. And I'm hoping for anyone who hasn't learned or went through that seeing this video will help you realize that time doesn't last forever. And that's kind of the only lesson I want to share today, guys. Very short and sweet and simple. And I want to thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for watching. Really means a lot to have you guys support, you guys comments, especially from the last video. All of that for more access to me, mentorship, all that is linked in the description below. Cool gear, masks, t-shirts, hoodies, all linked in the description below. And on that note, I'm off to the gym. I got my coconut water. I want to thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll speak to everyone later. And everyone always remember to work hard, be brave, and don't forget to smile.